Orbital, can you hear me? This is Lieutenant Merrick Venn. Orbital, come in. Please come in. Fuck. Of course it doesn't work. Alright. Breathe. A log will help me think clearly. I'll explain things like someone might actually hear it one day. Alright. Let me go through what happened. The ship went down. The Tassimare, that is. The atmospheric interference was worse than predicted, or so the pilot claimed, right before everything went to shit. But we should still have made it, I think. I don't understand why we didn't. But then again, I'm not a pilot or an engineer. We were on a low flyover over the hellscape of a planet we've named F4A, with 5 crew members on board. Our objective was to scan the planet and the atmosphere, to gather data for future endeavors, mining most likely. The orbital is not responding to my emergency calls. They might be on the far side of the planet at the moment, in which case all I have to do is wait. Or so I thought when I first regained consciousness and saw that the hull was breached. But there is another problem. There's no end to them, it seems. This has not been my day so far, and it's not likely to get better. I can't enter the cockpit, so I can't know for sure, but the whole ship seems completely dead. And I couldn't repair much in there if I did get into the cockpit. Why didn't I study engineering? I knew I should have. Then I might have been able to kick some life into this rust bucket that right now, as far as I can tell, isn't capable of broadcasting as much as a fart, much less an emergency beacon. So all I have is the tiny radio in my suit, and that is not enough to contact the orbital. It's meant for me to communicate with other members on my team over relatively short distances on the surface. Nothing more. In addition to that, because of course there's more, the planet's atmosphere is electromagnetically volatile. The surface has acidic storms, ionizing gases, charged particles, and a lot of other shit that I was briefed on before the mission, but did not fully comprehend, because that's not my field of expertise either. Kepra 6b really doesn't like us much. If it doesn't disrupt EM signals, it does its best to be as hostile to the human body as you could possibly imagine. And then, for a brief moment, I had a ray of hope. My suit picked up a sort of signal, you see, a beacon belonging to one of the life pods, probably mine, the one I didn't reach in time because I'm a moron and I wanted to finish my work before I went to the escape pods. There are no other pods left on the ship. All the others must have made it out in one, or so it seems. My pod was the last one to launch. I made sure of that. it is safe to assume that the one beacon my suit can pick up belongs to my own empty life pod. It's out there, full of air and water and emergency rations for weeks on end, and a much stronger radio than the one in my suit. And, it is just too bloody far away. 43 kilometers to be precise. And yes, I use the metric system, because that's the one that makes sense. But if you have to know, that's 26.7 miles. I have 12 hours of air left in my suit. I cannot walk 26.7 miles in 12 hours over rough terrain and with a heavy, cumbersome suit. That's the situation I'm in. So, what do I do then with my last 12 hours of miserable existence? Do I stay here and die? Or do I go outside and die? I think I will go. I cannot stand the idea of staying here with nothing to do, just watching my air supply dwindle. If I go outside into that acidic hellscape, at least I'll see something new and feel like I'm doing something. In here I will drive myself mad, wondering if it was not in fact possible to reach the pod after all. If maybe, just maybe, I am capable of covering more ground than I thought I could. And maybe the air supply will last longer than the suit claims. Pessimism is realism, or so the studies claim. And still, optimists live longer. So, off I go then. We saw it fall from the sky. A leviathan of previously unthinkable size. A giant armored shell. There is nothing above the sky, only darkness and cold. Or so we used to believe. The fallen giant has made us reconsider the skies. What other giants could live up there? And why did one come down? We want to know more. The memory spine broke off a facet, a shard, the I that we are. I have a mind gift from the memory spine. This shard has been detached before. I remember it vaguely. I was not given a full mind then, just enough to hunt, bring back food for the memory spine. It is the way it has always been done. Shards spread out and return to the spine, and the spine grows and learns and spreads across the world. Once again, I am a piece broken off, separated from the whole, but for another purpose this time. A purpose the memory spine seldomly has a need for. We, it, has been here since the before times, and we know this world and all that lives and hunts and hides here, in all its forms and variations. It has been a long time since we have seen anything new, so we, the shard, one of many, was given a mind gift and broken off from the whole. I am alone, cut loose from the rest of myself, and I have a purpose. My purpose fills me and fuels me. I glide on my many legs to the fallen Leviathan. My purpose, given by the spine and fresh in my newly formed mind, is to observe it, explore it, and, if possible, break off a piece to bring home. It will be digested by the memory spine, and its secrets recorded in the vast archives that it contains. For the memory spine records the world. The Leviathan is quiet. I glide across its shell and it does nothing. It seems dead. It seems like it was never alive. Its carapace is of a material I do not recognize. I pry my hooks into a crack in its shell and pull. Nothing happens. I stop and search my memory. The spine has given me but a fraction of its knowledge. I would not be able to contain more than a fraction. The mind and knowledge I have been given is that which the memory spine deemed most useful for my purpose. It is possible that the spine has encountered such a material before, even if this shard, has not been given the memory of it. It is hard to know what a single shard might need when exploring something unknown. I can feel it through the air and through my feet. Movement. It comes from deep inside the carapace. It is not the beast itself, but rather something small, crawling around inside it. It is not trying to hide. It is being very loud. It does not have the rhythm of a stork-tail or hisser or any of the other scavengers that lives here. It walks clumsily, like it does not have the use of all its legs. After a short wait, a strange creature emerges from the bowels of the Leviathan. It walks upright, on two legs only, even though it seems to have four. An odd explains the strange rhythm of its gait. It bumbles across the ground and stops, seems uncertain of where to go. It is the strangest creature I have ever seen, with a form much unlike the Leviathan. Its carapace seems soft and wrinkled, like that of a newborn, not yet hardened and unable to withstand the attack of even the smallest of predators. This is a child, it must be, the offspring of the dead Leviathan, born too soon because of the death of its parent. I wait for more of them to emerge, but this seems to be the only one. Strange, to produce but one offspring is not a viable way to procreate. This creature intrigues me. I can paralyze it with my filament and bring it back to the memory spine, but even that might damage it beyond any usefulness. The child is moving again in its strange rhythm. It walks in a straight line, as to one specific point. It does not scurry from place to place like other animals. It does not stop to smell, to feel, to listen. It seems to sense only one thing, whatever pulls at it. Is it another one of its kind? Another Leviathan? Still alive, perhaps? One that might adopt the child? It would be valuable for the memory spine to know. But the child stumbles in the opposite direction, away from the spine, away from our lands, and towards the acid wastes and the cutting spikes beyond them. Dangerous territory, where one shard alone should not go. I hesitate, then I follow. $5K done already. In a weird way, it's going better than I thought. I mean, I won't make it, obviously. There's no way. Oxygen is down to 72% already. But there's still one crazy, emotional part of me that keeps thinking, maybe. And that's what's driving me. Irrational hope. It feels good to be on the move, to do something, and to make some sort of progress. So far, the terrain has been pretty flat. I'm on a big plain of some sort. I can see that it's not so flat anymore further ahead. I think, although it is hard to tell. But if those jagged peaks in the distance are as high as they look, then they will add hours and hours to my walk, if I can even get across. But I'm trying not to think about that right now, and just put one foot in front of the other. The horizon is a smear of jagged salt spines and warped glass ridges, the wounds left by old volcanic activity. Nothing here is smooth, everything is sharp. Everything could cut my suit open in a second if I get too close. The dunes we crashed into weren't even sand, but some kind of powder-fine crystal laced with something purple and faintly luminous like a bruise. There are bubbling pits here and there. Not water. I'm sure they have water in them, but also copious amounts of ammonia. The landscape is strangely beautiful. Colors are light brown, tinged with green and a sharp yellow. Must look amazing when the sun sets. But the days are pretty long here. Couple of weeks by our standard time. The air is thin, but full of particles. I cannot see that clearly, and the filters in my suit are struggling to keep up. The ground hisses under my feet. That's what it sounds like anyway. I don't know what that means. Could be a chemical reaction. Could just be the distortion. High-pitched and low-pitched sounds travel at different speeds through the thin particle soup that passes for atmosphere here. Local wildlife is perfectly adapted, of course, but not me. To my human ears, it's all a garble. Makes it difficult for me to hear where a sound comes from, or how far away it is, or what it is. Anything can sneak up on me, easily. So it probably took me a while to notice that I have company. I don't know how long it has been there, but it keeps the same speed as me, stays at the same distance. Looks a bit like a centipede, but bigger. A lot bigger. Bigger than me. It has a hard shell of interlocking plates that scrapes and clicks when it moves. At least that's what it sounds like to me. And it has many stick-thin legs that moves like waves across its sides. It glides more than it walks. I'm sure it could move very quickly if it wanted to. I have already injected 2 doses of stimulants into my bloodstream. The suit has more, and sedatives and painkillers too, but not an infinite supply. And I cannot keep this speed up for 37.5 more kilometers hyped up on stimulants either. But for now, they work. I feel upbeat, but also tense. I'm sweating. The suit is trying to cool me down and recycle the water I'm so carelessly wasting. but it was not meant for such intensive use. For staying outside for this long, 8 hours was the intended maximum, with some wiggle room for safety. I should slow down. I cannot keep up this speed for much longer. But if I slow down, or stop, or do anything that creature might see as a weakness, I am pretty sure it wants to eat me. A nice little snack from space. I'm probably not good for its digestion, but that won't stop it from trying. It seems to be cautious, though, at least for the time being. Maybe because I'm something new, something it has never seen before. It is a predator, I know that much. It attacked another creature not long ago. I didn't even see it until my centipede companion jumped on it. Didn't even get a good look at it before it was turned to shreds. I thought it would leave me alone after that. I thought that if I just kept walking, I would be free of it. It would stay behind to feed, and I could get away. But after just a few minutes, I heard that skittering again. It cannot possibly be hungry, it just ate. So why is it still there? If I were to project human behavior onto it, I would say it seems curious. But that's crazy. That thing cannot possibly be sentient. I continue towards the little red dot in my helmet's compass. A little bleep, blinking in and out, leading the way. The way is the goal, I try to convince myself, unsuccessfully. The landscape is slowly changing around me. The ground is more uneven here and starting to rise. Dark shapes are looming ahead of me and on each side. Volcanic rocks, by the look of them. One of the dark rocks makes me turn my head, and I finally stop. And for a few seconds, I cannot understand why it stands out from the others. What about it has caught my interest? Then it hits me. This rock is not jagged or uneven or rock-shaped at all, really. It's a perfectly even oval shape, standing up, unmistakably artificial. The shape of a rescue pod. There's another one, somehow. And right here, in my path. Food, water, and sweet, sweet air to breathe, just a few meters away. And I almost missed it. I half run and half stumble towards it. My salvation. I continue to follow the child of the hasn't any speech form, it seems. I have even tried leaving scent trails in front of it, but it does not seem to notice them. Its senses must be underdeveloped. It is blind to the world around it, but drawn by something. I wish to know what it seeks. The child walks noisily into a needleback nest, cracking its eggs without noticing. They hiss and steam as they break, and I hear the wail of the parent hunting nearby. Needlebacks are small, but big enough to kill the child, so I jump on it and tear it apart. It is a short fight, but I lose 2 of my legs. No matter, I have more and they will grow back. Needlebags are not good to eat, so I leave it behind and glide across the ground at my usual pace. I catch up to the child quickly. It does not seem to have noticed what happened. We are nearing the edge of our territory. The scent trails of other shards are few and far between. I leave my own to tell of my journey so far and the direction we are going in. But most shards do not have mind gifts and will not understand. Most likely, my trail will never be read. The mountains loom up ahead, sharp and narrow like teeth. Boulders dot the landscape, the hunting ground of countless glow traps. The glow traps look like them a bit, and they emit scent and light, enticing lesser prey. Once inside their cavity, the glow trap closes tightly around them and suffocates them before digestion. Only the dumbest of beasts fall for this trap. The unthinking ones, the ones with no speech. Even mindless shards stay away. The glow traps are easy enough to spot after all. The child's blind march, still in a straight line, should, by pure chance, lead it safely through their hunting grounds. But when the child passes the first glow trap at a safe distance, it stops, then turns towards it and runs right into the moor. I wonder if it's worth it. This mindless creature, without common sense or much will to live. Perhaps it is best to return to the dead Leviathan. It might contain many secrets. I watch its offspring bumbling towards the glow trap. I need to make a decision. I hesitate. Then I attack. knocked me sideways. The centipede dude saved my life. That was no life pod. That was some sort of carnivorous plant monstrosity. Stationary, luring its prey to it somehow. With scent, maybe? It wasn't scent that lured me, but lured I was. My companion clearly saw it for what it was. Haven't seen it in a while. Maybe it got hurt. I wish I could see better in this atmosphere. I hate this place. Life support is at 35%. I've used more than I thought. Probably because I've been pressing myself as hard as I can. Panicking also consumes more. I'll keep walking. Slower. Going uphill now. It's harder. I've tried to stop for a bit and look around. Find a mountain pass, perhaps. But I need to get closer to see better. Or find a vantage point. It's just too damn far. What did I think would happen? I should have stayed on the ship. At least then I would have been comfortable. And there it is. The, you're running low on air, so get back to your ship or die alarm. Wait a minute. That alarm. It's not supposed to go off until I have less than 20% left. And it was just at 35. Is my suit leaking? Wait. It says 34% now. So why did the alarm go off? Is the indicator faulty then? Maybe there is less than 20%. Then at least I don't have to worry about those peaks up ahead. Doesn't matter anyway. I'll just turn it off. Huh? Why won't it shut up? Is this the last sound I will hear? Hang on. This is something else. I completely forgot. I set another alarm before I left the ship. I programmed the suit scanner to search for oxygen and alert me if it found any. A source of oxygen out here. Hopefully it's not something that also wants to eat me, like the last time I thought I was saved. It's coming from this direction. Shouldn't be far. And oxygen is the only thing the suit needs to replenish the air supply. There's plenty of nitrogen here already. All I have to do is stand close to the oxygen, and the filters should be able to pick it up and make more air. Oh, the unbelievable luxury of being able to breathe and breathe and breathe without worry, without knowing that you're running out. Is that it? It looks like a sort of plant, but who knows what it would be categorized as. Hopefully something without movable parts. I have to try. I have nothing to lose at this point. I'll go as close as I can, without touching it. It's working. The air supply is being replenished. I can't believe it. I might actually make it. At least if there are more plants like this one around. This changes everything. I mean, of course it does. I guess I didn't realize how tightly strung I'd been until death was no longer completely certain. 38% and rising. I am so tired. There is a rocky outcropping here. Few meters away. I would be well hidden underneath it. The suit should still be able to siphon oxygen from that distance. I think I'll go lay down, give myself a sedative, rest, sleep, wake up with new energy, tackle the mountains somehow. Might be a stupid decision, but I do really need it, and unless my luck has run dry, nothing will find me while I sleep. Poisonous plant, a bitter breath. I suppose it does not know any better. Born before it was able to absorb any knowledge of the world from its parent. And how much does a leviathan of the skies know of the ground to begin with? After losing another 3 legs, I had to stop and rest so the regrowth could begin. I believed I had enough time to do so, since the child moves slowly and will be hindered by the mountains. But it found its own trouble while I rested. Something which I should have foreseen. By the time I found the child, it was lying dead beside a bitter breath. Stupid creature. I am weaving it a transportation sack. That way I can strap it to my back and bring it home. There is always something to be learned from opening things up, tearing them apart, looking at the inside. But it is best to do it when we are one with the strength of all our mind. It is not for one shard alone. I will bring the dead child home to the memory spine, and we will learn what we can from it with our mind complete. right. I'm up and running again. Or walking as fast as I can, anyway. Nothing will wake you up like an alien centipede wrapping you up like a burrito. Turns out it does want to eat me after all. Just not right away. Apparently I'm more suited to be a packed lunch. Gallows humor. Because that's all I have left at this point. Fuck. Fuckity fuck fuck. That was scary. What a terrible way to wake up. No more sedatives for me, that's for certain. I'm just glad I didn't take a double dose like I considered. Then I would definitely not have woken up in time. I could hardly move when I came to. All I could do was scream and wiggle. And the creature just kinda jumped back in surprise. Or so it seemed. Thankfully it hadn't started on my head yet, so I could still see. I was like a fly in a spider's web. Took me an hour or so to get loose. And all the while, the centipede creature kept its distance. Observed. Maybe it thought I was dead. Maybe it's more of a scavenger than a hunter. Although I have seen it attack twice now. I don't know what to believe anymore. Yes, I can hear you clicking away back there. Lost a few legs, I see. Lagging behind a bit. Good. Life support is at 91% still, so that's also good. I might make it, even if I don't see any other oxygen-producing plants. It's very steep here. I need to stop for a moment. It stopped too. Good. Hopefully I scared it so much before that it will keep its distance for a while. I thought there might be a way across here. Some sort of mountain pass. But now it looks less promising. I cannot handle such steep inclines in this suit. I probably have to backtrack, look for another way. I also thought that there would be less wildlife up here at a higher altitude. Wrong on that account too. There's wind here, and it's full of particles, probably organics, edible for the locals at least. And there are creatures up there. They look a bit like those air dancers or inflatable tube men. The bottom is stuck to the ground and the rest of them is flopping around in the wind. And at the top they have these big open mouths, catching their food on the wind. And the winds blow strongest through the mountain passes, not at the very peaks. So even if I do find a passable pass, I would have to wade through those creatures. It is not a tempting thought. They look pretty big. My constant companion is getting closer than I'm comfortable with. Now it's turning back. And now it's coming towards me again. It's kind of like a dog that wants you to follow it. That cannot possibly be it. Now it just stops and looks at me, like I'm the idiot. I guess I'll follow then. It's not like I'm making much progress on my own. Can't believe I'm doing this. So, what did you do with your time on Kefra 6B, Lieutenant Wen? You must have quite the story to tell surviving down there for as long as you did. Oh, I just stayed in the spaceship for so long that my emergency pod got ejected without me, and then I played around with a giant centipede that wrapped me in something like flakes of webbing. After that, instead of running for my life, I followed it around some more. You know, just another Tuesday night. Man, I wish I could scratch my nose. Wait, are those caves up ahead? This creature is unlike anything I could have imagined. I thought it was dead, but it was merely resting next to a bitter breath. Its ignorance and its luck knows no bounds. How did it survive the plant's excretions? Perhaps it is similar to something that exists in the vast emptiness of the skies. And how can a creature from the sky be so poorly adapted to flying? If it were anything like its parent, it would have soared across the skies, high above the peaks it wishes to cross. My curiosity is refueled, and I decide to help once again. I follow as it tries to climb the slopes. As usual, the child chooses the worst possible route. It is not adept at climbing. It can barely walk. So I show it the caves instead. It takes a bit of convincing, but eventually the child follows me. To me, the existence of the caves are obvious. My steps reverberate back to me and tell me of the land. I can feel the hollowness in the ground beneath us. Carved over eons of time, perhaps by others of my kind. I have the vaguest memory of being here before. An inherited memory. Another shard's experience. Given to me by the memory spine. It is is old, but the caves have not changed. Perhaps my kind passed through here in the before time, from another memory spine, before my home was grown. I think the caves are abandoned now. I smell nothing. I hear no others. I navigate them easily, but move through them slowly, so the child can keep up. The landscape on the other side is unknown to me. I have no memory of it. I am cut off from the wisdom and scent trails of my own kind. I am alone. One mind is not supposed to be alone. Not for this long. Is this how the creature feels? Its migration instinct is strong, but how far does it go? From how far can it feel its home, its kind? Will it return to the skies? Soon I will find out. This is surreal. I am through the mountains. Okay, the caves were scary as heck, but empty. Except some smaller creepy crawlies. They also seem to be artificial, as in dug out by someone, not created by any natural geological process. And my centipede companion knew its way through. It was pretty labyrinthian. Lots of different parts splitting up and joining together. I would not have been able to navigate that place myself. I mean, my suit would have made a map of it eventually, but that would have taken far too long. But my companion led me right through. We're in a narrow valley now, with rounded hills on each side. Not so jagged anymore. Plant life looks different. Colors are darker, less vibrant. Kinda nice, easier on the eyes. There are some flying things up above. Looks like giant worms. No idea how they stay airborne. I'm in the lead again. My centipede companion is following me at its usual distance. Caves took a while, so there's 38% left in my suit. Air, that is. And, according to the compass, less than 1k to my pot. I can't believe it, but I'm actually going to make it. Before I came here, I got a few crash courses on different subjects. Even though I'm support staff, just admin, I had to learn to use the suit and the emergency pod and so on. Pretty useful stuff as it turns out. And one of those crash courses were on exobiology. A few things were specifically drilled into us. How not to project sentience onto alien animals. The human brain is high-wired to look for patterns. Faces, emotions, something familiar. And we are all biased towards adding human thoughts, feelings and reasoning where none is to be found. We were warned against that. And even if we were to find intelligent life, which is highly unlikely, it would probably think and reason very differently from us, so communication would be difficult. But my companion back there, it is very difficult for me to see it as something other than a friend trying to help right now. I don't know if anyone else will believe it. They might just think I've gone crazy down here, but I'll do my best to convince them. I am so close. I can see the rescue pod. Even with my poor eyesight in this atmosphere, it's right there. No fake this time. I can see the emergency lights blinking near the top, reacting to my suit. I made it. This is a strange place. The other side of the mountains. I see the sky snakes up above, but they are slightly different here. The size, the colors, the movements, but no doubt related to the ones soaring above the memory spine. But not exactly the same. The sand claws are also different, but also related to ones I've seen before. Same, but different. A new land. I would not have discovered it if not for the child. It understood my signaling before. It knew to follow me through the caves. Perhaps it is learning. Perhaps we can speak to one another one day, if the child lives. I feel protective of it, like it is one of my own, another shard. There is a glow trap here, right in the child's path. Like the other creatures in this place, this one also feels different. It has the right shape, but is silent, and has no scent. Is it dead? I have a feeling it is not. It is playing dead, trying to appear harmless. The child has has seen the glow trap. It is standing still and looking at it, considering it. Has the child learned? Does it remember last time?